Hi, this is Janet Russell Presents it, The Daily Blue. Here I am back again. Another great week, another great guest. I'm so excited about having this guest, but of course you guys know that I have to let you know where I'll be this week because how can you find me? If not on my computer, I'm wherever I tell you I'm at. Okay, November 10th, I will be doing an evening of spirit at the Manor House, and that's in Mastic. You can call them and make a reservation there. Their number is 631-295-0592, and it will also be there December 10th. November 10th, I'll be doing an evening of spirit. December 10th, I'll be actually doing individual readings. And then Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th, it's not a scary day, I'll be at the Clarion, and that's the former Holiday Inn right here on Vets Memorial Highway, and I will be doing an evening of spirit, and that will be with dinner, a dinner event as well. You need to make reservations. You need to call them at 631-585-9500, extension 424, and you can speak with Eleanor. She's the lady that's making the reservations. The sooner the better, so we can tell, the cook how many meals we have to get together. And then Saturday, November 14th, if you guys remember last week, we had David on, and David does his havening. I always get that wrong, havening, and you can see, actually the show's on today, I believe. Heart, Mind, and Spirit, and that's at 106 Prince Road, and it's Rocky Point, and the number there to make the reservations, I will be doing private sessions there from 12 to noon, and the number there is 516-395-4904. It's kind of like my new home away from home. I still do my readings at Island Glow Tanning Salon in Medford, by appointment, of course. And then I'm going to be, this place I was there about a year or so ago, and they actually called me back by popular demand. That makes my heart feel very good. At Frankie's East Side Pizza, and that's 313 Main Street in Farmingdale. I will be doing an evening of spirit there on November 17th from 5 p.m. to 8, and you need to call there to make reservations there, and their number there is 516-756-2753. And then my monthly haunt, I should say, or my monthly place, I've been there for 4 years, McGovern's Irish Pub, November 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. You can either book a private session with me there or a dinner event as well. You can give them a call there at 631-218-8068, and I'm there once a month. And, not like I'm busy, I'm in 100 different places at once, but I'm so excited to have Frank Pisani. You were a former police officer, I believe.
Yes, New York City police officer.
Okay, and, I believe you contacted me, how we don't know, but I always put it out on my Facebook. And when you told me, what your book was about, MIA, A Hero's Return, I started thinking, I'm like, well, November is Veterans Day. What a better day to have someone to honor our veterans than to have you on and discuss this fabulous book. I know you left at 5 this morning. I know you came from New Jersey, and I so appreciate this.
Oh,
I sure do. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, how you got involved in writing the book, and some of the tidbits of the book. I haven't read it yet, but oh my God, it sounds really, really, really exciting.
Well, I tell you the truth, I started writing because, number one, I enjoy writing. I enjoy creating stories. But I decided to write this particular story because of sort of a tribute to the MIAs and POWs of the Vietnam War, the men who never returned. And this book here tells of a Sergeant Harry Archer who finally escapes Vietnam after 40 years of captivity and being listed as MIA. And what happens at that time is the government of Vietnam contacts the current president of the United States and says to him, those MIAs you say don't exist? Well, one just escaped and we can't find him, and we think he's on his way back to America. And in accordance with the agreement that was made between the United States and Vietnam at the end of the war, the current president sets out the 4 top assassins of the CIA to stop this Sergeant Harry Archer before he can make it back to America and exposed a heinous secret that he's in possession of. And it goes on, it goes on. He meets people along the way. You don't know if they're friend or foe. And like I said, it's a challenge for him. He's sort of like a cat with 9 lives. You know?
Yeah, sounds like that. Do you feel, since you were in the police department, do you feel like some of that insight that you had working the job that you did had a lot with you, you know, being, how can I say it, having the intrigue of writing this book?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, as far as being a New York City police officer, a former New York City police officer, you were able to see some of the things that people do and how they scheme, and certain things that are scams, and how people are fooled and tricked. So I've put some of those things I've experienced into this story.
Interesting.
Yes, and it's a very
I'm intrigued. I can't wait to read it.
Oh, thank you.
Just some of the things you already let me know, because how do we know? I mean, you know, the public is always the last to know whatever's going on.
Definitely.
You know, sadly, you know, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes we wonder. Sometimes I feel like we're being protected, but sometimes I feel like we're not being told the truth.
I agree with you.
And the sad thing is maybe a lot of people couldn't deal with the truth either.
I agree.
You know, as sad as it may be, you know.
But I think sometimes it even goes deeper than that. Like I always thought and still feel till this day, is that what goes on behind the doors of the Oval Office, nobody else is ever going to know.
No, and
there's deals made.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's deals made that would curl your hair up and straighten it out again.
I'm sure. You know, but so now, how long have you been retired from the police department?
Oh, since 1987.
Oh, so you've been out for quite a while.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. And when did you decide to write? Is this your first book?
Yes.
Interesting. I see a movie. I feel a movie. I'm telling you. You know what? Just the intrigue, and you know, and what I like is how you're honoring our veterans who, especially the Vietnam, you know, that war. I mean, I'm 75, so I remember that when they came home and they were like beaten down. It was so sad.
Yes.
It so bothers me, because you've got these young people. My 2 boys served in the Air Force, you know, and my husband, he's actually buried out in Kelton. And you know, when they give their life, I mean, they're there to protect us, and then they come back and then they get booed. Absolutely wrong.
It was horrible. That was one of the reasons also why I wrote this book. They never came back to the proper recognition they deserved.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, today it's a lot better today. The people that are fighting for us now do get the recognition.
Thank you God,
yes.
yeah, because they put their lives in. Some of them so young.
But these people here who served at that time came back to a very negative.
Yeah, it was so sad.
Public.
Well, Frank, we got to take a quick break for a break from our commercials, and we'll be right back with more interest in this book. I can't wait to read it.
Hi, I'm Tim Stead. I'm from Star Communications. We're a marketing support company. And if you need help with your next marketing project, please call 273-1900, or you can go to our website, starcommunications.us.
Okay, Frank, so we're back. Thank you for our commercials, because they are the people that put us out there. Before we go any further, because you know how fast the time goes, I'd love you to tell the audience a little bit about how they can contact you about getting the book, or even having you as a guest on their show, or hey guys, maybe even doing a movie, because I could see a movie in the works with this. So can you tell the audience how to contact you?
Well, you can go to my website, which is www.fcpisani, aheroesreturn.com.
Okay, great.
All right, and this book is also available on Amazon.com and on Kindle.
Oh, all right, so
Okay.
they have the opportunity to get it. So now, during the break, we were basically talking, you got some other books coming up.
Yes,
Great,
yes.
tell us about it.
I have 2 other books coming out. One is titled Journal of a New York City Cop. It has to do with my time spent, 20 years spent.
Where do you work in the city?
I worked in a few locations.
Okay.
I worked in Manhattan, and I worked in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And at the end of my career at the police department, I worked up in the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office.
Did you? Interesting. So you really have, you definitely have a lot to write about.
Oh yeah, I sort of made the cycle.
Good for
you know.
you. Good for you.
And the book is basically it's a book of short stories,
Uh-huh.
and it covers everything from birth to death and everything in
In
between.
between, yeah.
And it also includes police department bloopers and blunders.
Oh, I like that. That
Yes,
should be a fun
before
one.
you could write about other people and other things, you got to be able to write and laugh about yourself too. And
Totally.
believe me, those blunders and bloopers do happen.
Oh, I'm sure they happen in life itself. I'm certainly sure they must happen there as well. And what's your other book? You said you have two.
It's untitled yet, but it's a police murder mystery.
Ooh,
Yeah,
interesting.
Police murder mystery about a rapist serial killer running around New York
Ooh,
City,
ooh,
which
that's
the
scary.
police cannot find.
Interesting.
He does not leave any clues or any traces of who he is, and the entire police department is
You know, it
stumped.
almost sounds like the Gilgo Beach scenario.
Does it?
Yeah,
Never heard
is
of
that
it.
what it's about?
No, never heard of it. Never heard of it. This one is just manufactured out of my head.
Okay,
But
okay.
it's like I said, it's an interesting story.
So you have a whole future, not just being an author, but also being part of a movie. It's like it's,
Oh, I'd like
I mean,
to
you
think
have
so.
so many interesting different subject matters, you know?
Yes,
So to get back to your book, which is very, very intriguing, as I have to say, what else can you give the audience so they're going to be very interested? 'Cause he told me a few things which I'm not going to say, but about the book, you know, the interest of certain things that happened in that book.
Well, as I said, he escapes Vietnam with the help of a Vietnamese woman
Oh, interesting.
who is half American. Her father was an American soldier.
So she had that kind of
The
connection
feelings
there.
and that connection. for
Yeah.
him. And he escapes through China and through Japan, and he attempts to make his way back to America.
Mhm.
And like I said, he sort of has 9 lives, and he meets these people along the way, and you don't know if they're friend or foe.
That's scary in itself, yeah.
And I won't say whether or not he makes it back to America.
No, that's for them to get the book and
That's right.
find out, because I don't even know how he made it out. If he did make it back, and hopefully he did, and hopefully he did the right thing.
But I tell you, one fact of this story that's true is how he escapes out of Vietnam. It didn't, of course, this is a fictional story.
Right, of course.
But the way he escaped from Vietnam, I had a friend who escaped the Nazis in Germany the same way.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, so all that kind of
comes in.
coagulated and you kind of put it in the book
Yes,
in a different
form.
Wow, interesting, very,
He's-
very interesting.
He escaped, well, Harry and my friend who escaped the Nazis escaped in a barrel of fish.
Get out of here.
Yes.
That must have been a very interesting trip. How long did it take them to get back? Oh my God. At least they had food to eat.
Yeah, well, he's right. Sushi.
Oh my God, interesting.
Yeah, and the man actually escaped from the Gestapo. That
Wow, and when was this?
was during World War II.
Wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Is he still alive? This
Oh
shit?
no.
He passed.
I was a kid growing up in Brooklyn at the time. He was a friend. Actually, he was a friend of my father. He lived on the same block, and he used to tell us the stories of
That is, imagine
How he
escaping.
in a barrel of herring.
Oh my God.
That's how he escaped from.
Probably never wanted to see fish again.
No, and neither does Harry. I tell you the truth,
I
you hit
would
it right on
think,
the
yeah,
head.
I would think so. I would think
There's
so.
one part in the story, somebody asks him something about what he'd like to eat. He says anything but fish.
Yeah. Now, have you ever done any, meet and greet, like where you go, and you speak about your book, where they can purchase it,
Well-
or like a dinner event? Because there's a lot of places that will do that.
No, I haven't. I've had several book signings.
Fabulous,
Yes.
fabulous.
Several book
fabulous.
signings, but not what you were talking
See,
about.
that might be a very interesting way for you to not just get the book out there, but have people meet you as well.
Mm.
See, my mind never stops. Okay, we're down to 6 minutes. Wow, you see how fast the
Very
time
fast.
goes, So what's your upcoming plans now for the near future?
Well, to get my other 2 books out,
Okay,
get them published, get them out there where the public can buy them, and possibly write a sequel to this story.
I love it. I could really see this being a TV series or actually a movie, because it's so intriguing, you know. And the thing is, so much of it is probably right on target, where like we said, half of us don't really know what goes on behind closed doors,
Well,
you know.
it's definitely a book that makes you think about
Oh,
what
yeah.
could have happened.
Just when you told me about it, I cannot wait to get
As a matter
to
of
it.
fact, if you go to my website, or if you go to Amazon.com, you could read the reviews from people who have purchased this.
Great,
And
great.
I'm proud to say
Well,
that
you should be proud. I
that
think
it's-
that's a blessing.
that they all seem to like the story, and so far it has a 5-star review.
Well, couldn't get any better than that, right? Okay.
I don't think so.
I mean, that's fabulous. All right, so Frank, so just let the audience know again how to get in touch with you if they want your book, and even if they want to have you maybe in one of their restaurants, or, you know, or doing a lecture for them. I think this is fabulous.
Thank you. Well, like I said, they can contact me through my website at www.fcpisani, aheroesreturn.com. No apostrophe at the end of heroes, it's just
Right,
Heros.
right.
And they can purchase the book also on Kindle, and it could be purchased through Amazon.com.
Or you can contact me, you know, and I will be sure to help
thank you.
to get to Frank. So folks, if you want to contact me, you can email me at rosebuzz with an S, Janet, at msn.com. You can call me at 631-654-3353. You can check out my website where I'm going to be, janetrussellpresents.com. And of course, my email is rosebuzzjan@msn.com. And I do home parties, I do private events. I love doing my fundraisers because I so feel it's so important to pay it forward. And if there are any authors out there or people that are paying it forward that like to help others, I love to have you on my show. It's real important for me to get the information out there. Be it a senior, be it someone who's got some health issues that needs to find out, you know, more about it. Actors, singers, musicians, oh my God, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Paranormal, metaphysical. I'm hoping to have one of my good friends, she's very big in the health field, and I'm hoping to have her here where we can talk about how to, you know, how to find out, there goes my phone, how to find out your risks for cancer. It never stops, thank you God. I'm not
I thought someone
complaining
was
about
whistling
that.
at you.
That's probably what it was, somebody whistling, okay. Frank, thank you so much. I know it was a long trip for you.
But it was very enjoyable.
Oh, I'm so happy.
And I'm very glad to be on your show.
And
Thank you for
you have an
having
open
me.
invite. When you do your other books, come back. And of course, I have my other shows on cable as well, which I would love to, you know, I'd be honored to have you on there as well.
Oh, I'd
so.
love to.
That'd
Could I
be
just
great.
say one last thing?
Certainly, please.
Never forget the POWs and MIAs.
That's right.
Those people sacrificed for us, and they should never be forgotten.
And honors to all of our veterans who are, you know, here in heaven or still fighting to keep us safe. You know, God bless them all. And the policemen too. I'm very fond of them because they put their lives out there
I was waiting
like
for
we
you to
do.
say the policemen.
Yeah, well, of course. I always honor them, always. Good night, guys. We'll see you next
night.
week with another interesting show. Have a blessed day. Most important person is you, so take real good care of you. See you then.